In this video, we would understand how to divide numbers of 2-digit with number of 1-digit. Division of 2-digit number by 1-digit number is of two types. One is called simple division and other is called long division. We'll take up both examples one by one. Let's take an example of simple division first. Let's say we have to divide 32 by 4. We know this is 2-digit and this is 1-digit number. Now we want to find out an answer for this. What we're going to do is, in simple division, we would just think what multiplied by 4 would give us a 32. Or 32 comes in the table of 4 at what spot? So we know 4 times 8 is 32. For division, it's very important that we know the tables thoroughly. So before doing division or multiplication questions, I would recommend you to learn all your tables from 2 to 12 or 2 to 10 at least. Therefore, the answer is 8. Let's take up another example. If we have 45 divided by 9, we want to find out 45 divided by 9 is what? We would just think what multiplied by 9 would give us a 45, and we know 9 multiplied by 5 would give us a 45, so 5 is the answer. Let's take up another example. If we have to divide 20 by 5, then we have to think what multiplied by 5 would give us a 20. We know 5 multiplied by 4 is a 20, so answer is 4 there. Now this is simple division, we just need to know the tables for this. We also need to know tables for long division, but what is the process of doing long division is? Let's say we have to divide 35 by 4. We know that 35 does not come in the table of 4 as is, so we would do long division for this. And what are we going to do is, we would write down the numbers vertically. 35 divided by 4. 4 comes outside, 35 comes inside this division bracket. Now we would think what multiplied by 4 would give us a number that is close to 35 and is less than 30. The number in the table of 4 that is less than 35 is 32. So this 32 is less as well as close to 35 in the table of 4. And what spot do we get 4 and what spot do we get 32 is? When we multiply 4 with an 8. So we know 4 times 8 is 32. Now when we subtract 35 and 32, we get 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 minus 3 is a 0. Therefore the answer that we got is 8, and this 3 is called the remainder. So we would write down the answer as 8, remainder 3. Answer is always the number that is on the top. Remainder is the number that comes at the bottom. Let's take up another example. Let's say we have to divide 58 with a 2. So what are we going to do is, we're going to write on 58 in the division bracket and we put 2 outside. Now we always first check one by one. So can we see 5 in the table of 2? If the answer is yes, we would put where and we would put the number here. Now the answer is no. If the answer is no, then we think what multiplied by 2 would give us a number that is close to 5 and less than 5. And we know that 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. So when we multiply this 2 with a 2, we get a 4. We put the answer underneath this 5, and where we get it, we put it here. Now we subtract. 5 minus 4 is 1. We see here that all the numbers have not been taken care of. 8 is still left. We would bring this 8 down. Now we would consider this 18 together to be worked upon. So what multiplied by 2 would give me number 18? If I get a number 18 in the table of 2, I'm going to write that number underneath this 18. Where I get that number is 9. I'm going to put that here. So 2 times 9 is 18. When I subtract, 8 minus 8 is a 0. 1 minus 1 is a 0. I am left with no remainder. My answer is 29 and remainder is 0. Let's do another question for the sake of practice. If we have to divide 75 with 5, we put 75 in the bracket, division bracket, and we put 5 outside. Now we check, can we multiply 5 with something to get a 7? And the answer is no. So we think of a number that is multiplied with 5 to give us an answer that is closest and lower than 7, and that number is 5. 5 multiplied by 1 gives us that number. We'll put this 5 number or the answer underneath 7. What spot we get it is 1. We put that on top. Now we subtract. 7 minus 5 is 2. We bring this 5 down. Now we would consider this number together, 25. What multiplied by 5 will give us a 25? Is that a yes? Yes. And what would be the number? 5. So we put 25 underneath 25. What multiplied by 5 will give us a 25 is 5. We subtract it, we get a 0. So the answer that we get is 15, remainder is 0. And this is how we do long division of 2-digit number by 1-digit number.